Welcome to Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Minahan and her panel of guests bring you insightful conversations to awaken consciousness for soul growth. Come journey with us through astrology's energetic cycles and get ready to understand your path in the cosmic roots of the stars.
Well, it's showtime. This is July 7th, and we're going to celebrate a lot today. It is just after the solstice, and approaching ahead of us is going to be Mars and Uranus, hot diggity damn, darn, or whatever, and Alakazam and all that good stuff, because it's Splash City. It's exciting. And this Astro Jam is quite exciting too. We have a huge panel today, 8 people with 2 teams of 4 people each. And we've added a little bit of spice, and we'll tell you about it. It's always exciting to get these things revving up, because that's what we're happening now. We're supposed to be using our dreams and going forward and nurturing. But we're on stage right now. So we are ready for Astro Jam. And I think
Astro Jam is a fun and exciting reenactment where a group of astrologers bring 2 mystery charts to life. Here, planets speak their archetypal consciousness to us, just like they do in our minds and hearts. Playing out the chart's planets like a spontaneous music jam, this is your cast of Astro Jam.
Oops. Oh, too far. Oh, my goodness. Yes, indeed. We have Israel Ahosi, Justin Crockett, Elsie, Melissa Elvira Billington, Sean Kelly, Jennifer Ng, Marie O'Neill, Rob Passetti, Jolly Knot, and myself. And these are their websites, but we're going to talk a little bit about each one. This is the summer theme of Astro Jam. And I meant to tell you about this a little after I introduce them, but it's like Astro Theater. We have 2 clues because the theme of it is the summer history. The plot thickens because no idea. Is it going to be a person, a thing, history? Is it going to be a place, an event? The astrologers take planets, they personify them, and enact their consciousness, just inspired by this is what I feel and think, and they speak it. And remarkably, once we reveal that chart, we discover, oh my goodness, epiphanies and conversations. It's a good time. So we have Justin Crockett Elsie is not born in, but he's in Port Angeles, Washington. And his website is justincrocketelsie.com. He's an archetypal astrologer, teacher, author. He combines Western and modern psychological astrology with Eastern Vedic and predictive. He does the whole business. He does research, and he also has a YouTube channel now called The Relationship Guys. It's very exciting with Michael Bartlett. And he's also on Liz Machette's YouTube 3 times a month doing things, and he's a busy man. He also is on Instagram with his Mars forecast, his weekly lunar my slide thing is over it, lunar forecast, and Ask the Astrologer. So thank you, Justin. It's great to have you. And the next person we have is Jolly Knot. She is from England. She's new on this team. And yes, hi. And her website is
Bodhi Mindful.
Bodhi Mindful, yes. And a consulting astrologer, a Reiki master teacher. And of course, she does transformational coaching. And you can find out more about her. Marie O'Neill is from Santa Rosa, California. Tongue to city, tongue to Sue. Hi, Marie. And it's PadmaLifeCoaching.com. And she's a founder of it and does 2 retreats a year. They're online, very exciting. And she wrote a book, And the Lotus Opened. And we thank you very much. It's great to have you, Marie.
Thank you.
We have Melissa Elvira Billington coming from down under, where it's still early in the morning and it's coffee time. Hi, Melissa.
Oh, MG, it sure is.
And she is Melissa Elvira Billington at substack.com and this wonderful blog, Trust the Longer Journey. And since she started it, it has, I think, tons and tons of people. It's incredible. She's going to school to become environmental management and keep astrology and the dwarf planets and everything all combined. We need her energy. So thank you, Melissa. And you also do stand-up comedy and shows, and it's quite exciting. And teaches for Alan Clay at the Dwarf Planet because we're both graduates.
Yes, that's where we met.
Next, we have Jennifer Ng from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Hi, Jennifer. That is jeningress.com, and she does Western horary forecasting and synastry consultations. She has a medical astrology diploma, does horary. She has the 4 pillars too, and feng shui. And also started back her Cosmic Pulse podcast. And besides that, someday we'll have to talk about your research on the 12th house. Thank you very much. It's great to have you.
Bye, everyone.
Next, we have Robert J. Passetti. Oh, we have Israel. Well, we'll have Israel next. We have Robert J. Passetti. Hi, Rob. He's a professional consulting astrologer, a visionary behind Deep Earth Astrology, which is his website. And he specializes in vibrational and psychological techniques. I have been a student with him with vibrational, which is, so engaging. He infuses his practice with nature and spirituality deeply because he holds the title of Grand Pendragon of the Ancient Order of Druids in America. And he's the director of the Magus Gathering in Gore, Virginia. And in the meantime, he's also creating this tarot deck, Deep Earth Astrology. We'll be excited to see that next January. Thank you, Rob. Well, we're getting on, and now we have Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly. Hi, Sean. He's a speaker, executive, motivational leadership, and he's focused on digital business since 1998. And he's worked with many renowned astrologers, Kelly Fox, John Spiller, Henry Setzler, Rick Levine, Michael Luton, and he also brought tarot.com to its foreground. And you can find him at evolutionaryastro.com. Thanks, Sean. We're going to start. Oh, what happened to Israel? Let's go back. Don't I have Israel?
I'm here.
Israel. Okay.
Eventually.
Israel. Last and never least, again from England.
Yes.
London. Jolly old. And he has a diploma of psychology of astrology, and with Liz Green at the Psychological Astrology in London. He practices full time. He teaches astrology, tarot, philosophical, and esoteric teachings. And he too combines the traditional, the medieval, the psychological, and Vedic. Justin does Vedic too. It's all very exciting to learn how things are merging. We are now in a land of and both, no longer either or. The shadows merge. So thank you. And that's at sacredplanets.com. Okay. Well, I think we have our teams, and now we can go forward. And of course, myself, I founded Talk Cosmos, and you can find out about me on that. And thank you so much for being here. And I have a little bit about some of these planets, but we're a little late because I got a little crunched with the Mars Uranus. I'm going to blame my Uranus on that, but that's okay. So we have our first team. Again, it's going to be 4 individuals: Justin Crockett-Elsie, Jennifer Ng, Marie O'Neill, and Melissa Elvira Billington. And we said we had 3 clues. We know it's in the summer because it's a seasonal time, January through September, that this chart occurred. We know that it is the century. Did I write the century down? I thought I did. The century is in both 19th and 20th. And the clue right smack dab in front of you, history loves the power of gold. So here is this chart. And again, we know that you can dive in and speak anything you want. That little green thing up there is Hamea. And of course, we have Nessus for which is a centaur. Over here is Pallas. Oh, and I forgot to take off Shoriko, which we don't have to use, but she's a goddess of, she was the wife of Chiron, and she embodies the healing within, whereas Chiron, of course, administers it. They both do the healing act. So I might start this bang off and say, I am Jupiter. I'm sitting here in the shadows with my mind expansive, knowing I can go anywhere I want. I don't go to Hades, this is true, but I'm in the shadows of my world. I am above the horizon. And I am at that moment of the galactic center where anything is possible. And I'm just wondering, what shall I pick? What has the most energy that I can really achieve?
Well, I am Chiron in Gemini, and I attract to me people who are deeply wounded in the area of being able to communicate. People who maybe have issues with being grounded or being able to perceive reality as it actually is. My wound is, of course, in relationships. I have a difficult time speaking my truth. However, more than that, I mirrored back to me this wound by other people coming in to my life with this issue.
I'm Moon in Capricorn, and I have a tension within me in that I'm looking for comfort and security, but it must be practical. It must be efficient. It must be reliable. And sometimes that comfort, that security, that sense of safety is at odds with that need to be reliable and efficient.
Joey, I don't think we could hear you. Am I the only one?
No, we heard her.
Everybody, it's me. Okay.
And I on the
I'm in the shadows still, I see.
As the sun in Leo conjunct Haumea in Leo. So I'll speak for Haumea, but they're holding hands. I'm radiating this possibility of rebirth, and you can just see where that is, that 8th house in this chart. Yes. So rebirth in the mysterious and the occult and other people's resources, but in a very creative way in that Leo energy. Yes.
And I am Mars in Cancer in the 7th house. So the way I take action, or how I look at action, is I base taking effort and action based on my feelings and my intuition. And with myself being there next to Pluto in the 7th house, I'm learning about how to maybe not emotionally rationalize things with relationships and work through non-attachment and work through healthy, developing healthy emotions within relationships.
Well, I am Pluto in Cancer, and I am deeply wounded when it comes to relationships, when it comes to nurturing myself, when it comes to boundaries. I am working hard. Family is very important. And at the same time, it causes me tremendous angst because I am enmeshed in this wounding, this family karma, the family dynamics. And I end up just not knowing what to do, especially because my emotions are all tied up in this. It's very difficult for me to separate my emotions from what is, what I would like to happen in family. This is my deep work though, and it is deeply transformational for me. I know that this is necessary. I know I need to speak my truth and be involved in working through my emotions and actually doing what I can to get above the emotions, to resolve them. If I can just reach my moon in Capricorn, I can do that. But it's very difficult because my moon, it's very difficult for me to see it.
You can jump in. Yeah.
I am Saturn in Pisces in the 4th house, and I am an anchor, a weight, a burden. That
Is that the third?
Third. Yeah.
Oh, is it in the 3rd house? Sorry.
It's a bit tricky to see the houses, but I think that's the third.
Okay.
You have to make it big.
I was thinking whole sign, 4th house whole
No,
sign.
it's okay. It's okay. But we don't interpret. We just jump. We're like,
okay. So
improvisational.
I am Saturn in Pisces, and I am heaviness. I am gravitas. I am weight, and yet I exist in the water. And so with creative impulses, I'm able to be lifted above. I'm able to float. I am able to transcend. And I can see how to harness and manage the flow of creative imagination in such a way as to give it form.
And I am the ascendant, the rising, and Sagittarius. So all of this like deep, dark, intense stuff doesn't always show on the surface because I'm out and about traveling and teaching and being funny and expanding into the world.
And I am Hygeia in Gemini, next to Chiron in my South Node in Cancer. So I am definitely working on my communications and my beliefs because Jupiter, which is in Sag, is in the 12th house. And so I'm having to really pay attention to how I think and my belief systems here and how I'm communicating and my emotions within relationships. So I'm concerned with my hygiene of my thinking and communications and making sure that they are healthy in relationship.
Well, I am the South Node in Cancer in the 7th house of relationship, and I am wounded. It's my superpower is that I can nurture, I can be a part of the family, I can be a container for others to heal. The problem that I have is that I am wounded myself and I need to heal. In order to be a better container with relationships, I draw people who are deeply wounded emotionally. And what I really need to do is be objective with this. It's very difficult for me to have any type of objectivity, though.
I am Ceres in Scorpio in the 11th house, and I give and take nurturing nourishment from the world to the world in a very deep, meaningful way.
And I am Mercury, Venus, thinking to myself and wondering what my values are, because that healing energy, it's not just healing. I want to nurture myself. I see I'm always working with my series going like, where can I nurture myself and get to the true depth of my being that shows, because I'm going to shine.
And I am Uranus and Taurus. I am turning the ground. I am revolutionizing authority as I square the sun, as I square how we relate in Venus and how we communicate in Mercury. I am electricity. I am thunder. I am lightning. And I am here to shake the foundations.
And I want to play Venus again here. So I'm Venus right there with Mercury and Leo, and I am a spontaneous, creative thinker. And right next to the sun there, I need to pay myself here and focus on resources, whether they are material like gold or anything of that sort, but I'm definitely creative and need to express fun and spontaneity and ideas.
Shall we? I don't think you're ready to have me reveal it, but we want to give time to talk about it. But does anybody have burning insights that suddenly are popping out at them?
This is probably an event versus a person.
Well, okay, so we want to know. Is that right? Is that what you're saying, Marie? Okay.
I mean, I feel like it can't bridge over the centuries if it's an event, right? It would be something that has a life.
This is the problem. Our brains, they just want to work overtime. Mystery chart is now revealed. Da-da-do-dee-da. Oh, what happened?
It's not revealed. We still have more work to do. We have to fill in the blanks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It is the 1936 Olympics.
I knew it.
Yeah, because Paris is happening just in a few weeks. And it's interesting, I just saw about Jesse Owens on Netflix again. And here Hitler, couldn't remember his name. Anyway, Hitler, thank you, had staged this one, thinking it would be such a grand affair. And of course, they didn't do so well. And yet they filmed it because it did give a legacy. You know, any PR is good PR, perhaps. I don't know. But the point being that it was, as it says here, it was the pursuit of Nazi ideology.
Yeah, that was not a good Olympics for Hitler, especially with Jesse Owens.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting to hear Justin's remarks on Hygeia and where that was placed and how, they were trying to clean up all the propaganda before the Olympics started, so trying to, and then all the eighth house stuff, all the secretiveness of that eighth house, that loaded eighth house really shined through that, that's, you guys remember the eighth house is secrets too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that Jupiter and Sag, the ideology and belief systems there, and then the wound of Chiron with communication of that. But,
Yeah.
And then, of course, because it is an event, that Leo there, performative.
And and it was good too. You think about Uranus and Taurus, that's the body. But it's in the fourth house. It's perfect for that.
Well, I looked at Mars and Pluto. Doesn't that spell out? And then having, Hitler, and the fact that Jupiter is at that 14 degrees in the 12th house. I know that Maurice Fernandez believes that, and I agree that that's where we can have our claim to fame, because it's the collective. It hits, if you can hit the unconscious level. So where do we see that this seeded and went beyond? Because I think, Justin, I know you were talking about Chiron and Hygeia in the south there, and I think that's part of it, don't you think?
Yeah, I also see like Jolly. God, I keep screwing that up. Jolly, sorry. The square, Uranus Sun square, is so prominent here.
Absolute.
Boom.
And with Haumea, which is rebirth. Haumea goes from all parts of her body, somewhat like Mother Earth. But
And look at all that Leo.
yeah, I'm going to shine. How can I do it and get your mental act together?
And it's interesting that, obviously Hitler was somewhat the big well, I don't want to use the word icon, but the big name around it. And he was in his natal chart, he's got moon in Capricorn, and he also got planets also in the 10th house, which are in Leo. I know he's got Saturn in Leo, so all those planets in Leo. So it's quite interesting how planets in this chart are really picking up. The midheaven is in Libra.
Yeah.
Hitler's ascendant was Libra. So it's quite rather interesting how a lot of the planets are picking up very vital positions in Hitler's chart also as well. So,
well, in speaking of that, looking at this chart, is I didn't know Hitler's chart, or haven't seen it in ages.
Right.
It would, if he could have viewed the Olympics after the games were over differently, it
Right.
would have helped to heal that Pluto, that South Node
Yeah.
in Cancer.
You know, there's a famous video, and that's what the 1936 Olympics remind me of. And I see the square to Saturn Chiron in this historical film, and Hitler literally looks like he's totally coked out. He cannot stop shaking in his seat like a fiend. He kind of looks.
Yeah, that's like Pluto in Cancer. It's not going. It's the dark side of that, I think, or the shadow.
Oh, that's a good call. That's
Also
Yeah.
looking at the North Node in Capricorn. There, I mean, there were foundational changes to the structure of the Olympics after this.
Yes.
You know, this was, you know, so just the ideation of it changed after this event.
Yeah.
That's interesting because Saturn is retrograde. So it would be
Right.
that they could make their own legacy out of it because, as we know, it goes back to the 2,000 years ago to Greece.
Right. And, you know, there's that, speaking of Mars and Pluto, I find it interesting that it's squaring Nessus there in Aries. So there's definitely was this heavy-handed emotional manipulation of the collective, with Jupiter also squaring Neptune. I think the squares in the chart tell us a lot.
Yes. Yeah, I was noticing that
think it
because we have
was
Jupiter and pardon me, Jen, I was picking up on that. Jupiter and Neptune. No.
Yeah.
And also Ceres.
Yeah, there was a definite
square.
secret agenda, a secret agenda that Hitler was hoping to achieve, and Jesse Owen completely kiboshed that with 4 Olympic gold medals.
He sure did.
Melissa, great catch with Ceres square Venus Mercury. I mean, that's all the secretive. Like, oh wow, yeah, great catch.
Yeah, but even having that Sag ascendant, you know, that's huge.
Oh,
But you know,
athletics.
yeah,
Right, but
And
Jupiter's
there
in the
was-
12th house.
yeah, Jupiter's in the
And there's
12th
a
house.
lot
But
of-
remember the games are symbolic
Yeah.
of what's going on with
Yes.
what's going on with the collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was delusional ideology with Neptune, you know, in a loose or wide position with Saturn. And then we have a packed 8th house. But I think with all
Yeah.
that Leo, there was a lot of drama because Jesse Owens was a black person, and that Hitler had, and the Nazi party, they hadn't started World War II yet, but they had that white
Just
supremacy.
shortly after that, it was in September because I
It was
just
a
saw it
huge
on.
drama.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
Jen found this. I know, Melissa, you were talking just when Jen started to talk, you know, because that's how we are. And did you have an insight that you wanted to poke in there?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm an only child, so I'm not so great at like fighting for airtime.
Oh,
but
no.
I'll
It's
figure it
okay.
out.
And I wanted to hear her because she chose the chart.
Let me tell you, I'm an only child, and I jump in. You just
Yes. We have a lot of Gemini here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have Saturn and Gemini. That would explain it. No, just wanting to point out what Sean picked up on as well, just the series in Scorpio square.
Yeah.
That the secretive, but also what is nurturing. And I did have a question, since this is my first time, 20th century and 21st century. I don't understand that. I think I got stuck
okay.
in that.
Well, this is the first time we've done that, but the chart started in the 20th century, but it continues. I mean, this chart wasn't a
legacy.
person, but we're having the Olympics
I see.
this in a month or so, so it relates to right now.
The legacy
And
of it.
so we're
Got it.
kind of developing those
Well,
ideas.
and also, if you saw The Boys in the Boat, I'm a rower, and that was about this Olympics as well, and that relates to the water, and it was a very exciting film to see. So that makes me think of that Saturn and Pisces down there.
Yeah, there's so much in this chart, really, and we do have to go, but Chiron is square Saturn, and that I'm thinking the wounds coming out of that for Germany, and the triumph of the victory of the leader for the Olympics. The sad part was Jesse Owens wasn't able to achieve much more in his life until later, but he had a
He
wonderful marriage.
He did what he did his mission.
That's true.
That was his mission.
Right.
Sorry, I
right.
just realized what it was I wanted to say was about the motherland. That seems like a key word.
Oh yeah, Cancer.
Right? And so in series, what I was looking at as well is that mother relationship.
Yeah.
Well, we are past our time. I know Nate has not stopped me, but we're going to come back because we have a second sequel here. The other team's going to swap. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back. Astro Jam. Yeah. No, thank you.
While we take a break from this week's edition of Talk Cosmos, let's take a look at this cycle's archetype. Currently, we are in the period of Cancer. By leaving a cycle based on connecting mental communication to the external, the energy of Cancer involves emotions, which create our personal story through our emotional associations and attachments. As a cardinal water sign that is nurturing, Cancer needs to process emotions in one's own internal rhythm of cycles in order to complete an evolution.
This is Martha Norwalk. Every Sunday morning, beginning at 9 a.m., thanks in part to the Ananda Institute of Living Yoga, we cover the world of animals. This week, July 14th, change the schedule. It's Behavior Training and Healing Sunday with me, and talk with your human or animal loved ones on this side or the other, and personal awareness coaching with Natasha Venter. Hope you can join us and plan to call in with your questions for either one of us or for a personal reading with Natasha. Martha Norwalk's Animal World, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. to noon, right here on Alternative Talk, AM 1150.
Talk Cosmos brings insightful conversations to awaken consciousness for the soul growth with hour-long programs every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific on KKNW. Talk Cosmos weekly programs are also available to watch live on the Talk Cosmos YouTube channel and Facebook page. While you're there, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons so you get the full Talk Cosmos experience. Or if you'd rather listen to the show archives with audio only, the entire podcast collection since 2018 is available on most podcast carriers. And to find out about upcoming programs, sign up for the newsletter at talkcosmos.com. So grab your coffee, tea, or kombucha and enjoy the show.
Make us part of your daily routine. Alternative Talk 1150.
Hi, I want to say that the date for that was August 1st, 1936, in the evening at 5:03 p.m. in Berlin. So, and I will make a note of that on the site. Well, I don't know how we ended at the end. Nate, I'm a little worried because I don't want to show what the slide is, but this is is this at the end? No, it's in the middle. Oh gosh. Okay. So we're all right. Because before this, okay, we'll just roll. What's happening? Am I doing that? Okay. Uranus, I'm telling you, it's like, okay. Thank you, everybody, for signing up. This is a playlist that we have. And what's next? Why is it sticking back there? I want to go in the middle because I should have a whole slide. I'm just stuck here. Nate, can you get me back in the middle? And it should show the list of everybody. No, don't say it. God almighty. You gotta, okay, no, so we're having trouble. Can you get back without showing her? Everybody close their eyes. Can you get back?
Well, go in slow motion. We want to see.
Yeah.
Sue, Sue, there's a note from Nathan saying to re-upload it.
Ooh, to re-upload it, yeah.
Oh, rats. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I would like anybody, the idea is it's halftime, which we are. If people have something that they're going to have happen right away, I know that, Melissa, you have I don't know if it's going to be televised, but a show that you just produced. And I know that several of you have that Justin has. Oh, I know what I want to do. Stop the show. I'm going to delete this right now. Somebody has a birthday, and it's Justin.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
There's
Happy
dogs
birthday.
here. I don't know if you can hear them, Justin, but they are
Happy
joining
birthday,
in.
Justin.
Thank you.
We were going to sing,
Justin.
but it was determined that maybe
Happy birthday, man. It's
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
The
Thank
present
you.
is being in your presence. Thank you.
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
Aw.
You all are
It
a
is.
blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
It would
So I'm
be
excited
so
to see this other team do this other chart.
Oh, okay.
So
I better
let's-
get going. So in the
Yes.
meantime, stay here, and each one of you just give about 30 seconds. You know, it'll take me a minute or two, or quickly, and just announce something that's happening, so for people will learn. Start off, Melissa, since you don't speak much, and I know you have something.
I will begin. I have an Aries sun, so I can easily start out. Okay, so
Yeah.
I am doing a solo show. I haven't done one in 10 years, and it's called Heaven on Earth, and it is sharing the dwarf planets with people with the aim to incorporate those evolutionary potential energies into how we are on Earth to create heaven on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's coming up in less than 2 weeks. So,
But is
wish
it
me luck.
live? Is it just live, or is it going to be online?
It's a live theater show. It's part of the Anywhere Festival, which is done in odd
So we have to
locations.
go to Australia. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but I
good.
will record it and put it on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel. So not
Very
as
good.
good as a live transmission, but still very good.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then we have, I know that for podcasts, YouTubes, we have Marie, Justin, and I think Jen and Israel that all have active podcasts. True? Is there anybody else? Am I missing Rob, Jolie? Okay.
Well, I should clarify that the Cosmic Pulse reboot will be me and Luke Bailey, who has just purchased the International Academy of Astrology, and Luke is in Australia.
Wow.
So we're really
Okay.
excited about that.
All right. So, and then Rob, do you have something happening that you want to speak about?
Well, we've been actively integrating a lot of the astrological practices into the world of Druidry lately, and we have our big event coming up in September up in New England, which is called BAM, Becoming, Awakening, Manifesting. And if you are into nature spirituality at all, you can check it out at bamgather.com.
Sounds good. Yes,
And
indeed.
if anyone's interested in learning more about the lunar nodes, I'm delivering a talk for the Astrological Association of Great Britain at the end of August. That's a hybrid conference that'll be both in person and you can attend virtually. And right before that, I'll be talking about the 12 parts for ESAR as one of their ESAR Star Club member speakers.
Oh, very good. So that'll be on your website, I would imagine. People can
I will
find out. Okay,
that
that sounds good. And you don't have to be a member of Astrological Association, but you could be.
Yeah.
You can purchase a virtual ticket to the conference at the end of August. So you
Okay,
can watch
that's
it from
good.
anywhere in the world.
Yep.
And Sue, I am co-hosting with Lori Barnes at Kepler College we do a monthly video called Let's Talk Astrology Business. And it's the business of astrology. And you can check it out on the Kepler College YouTube channel. Each month we do videos based on setting up your business, imposter syndrome, how do you put your website together, just anything related to business. So check it out.
Yeah, that's a very dynamic part of. Great, here we are. We're back to the beginning or the middle. And you can watch these are their websites. So let's see, Justin, I know you have a myriad of things, and it's with Instagram and with Michael Bartlett on YouTube. Is there something else? And with Liz? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Liz and I are doing a Chiron series and with some asteroids, and so we can catch that. And I do a Relationship Guys podcast with Michael Bartlett. It's kind of based on kind of like the NPR car guys. We're the relationship guys, so check it out.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, and we're taking a little. Israel, did you have something? And then we'll shove off.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I'm doing a talk tomorrow evening at the Astrological Lodge of London, and I'm doing a talk on electional astrology. So the best times when to maybe start something, do something, travel, start a company, get married. So I'll be doing a talk tomorrow. It's going to be at 7 p.m. That's UK time, GMT time. Yeah, what else am I doing? Yeah, that's about it. I've got a podcast. It's called the Lunar Lounge Podcast. It's on every week live at 12:30 p.m. on a Wednesday. Yeah, and that's about it.
it's exciting. And Sean, I know that you are active with many facets, and you're working, I think, with an AI with Susie Cox. Or have you prepared to talk about that? Or
Oh no, but yeah, I'm definitely working with Susie Cox, and she's awesome. I can't wait to get the two together. So
yeah, boy.
Yeah, no, it's great to attract another legendary astrologer to work with in my reality. Like I thought I was kind of done, with that, but here I am again. So yeah,
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Here, and I want to say for Talk Cosmos, I have a new series that's going to be 24 U.S. elections. It was birthed out of the USA. Chiron returned back on April 21st when we also had Uranus conjunct in Taurus, conjunct the mind. Okay, and that's going to be quite exciting. It's going to be 4 times. It'll be starting off just before the Republican convention on the 3rd week. So join and find out. And here we are. And thank you, everybody that is getting in touch. So we have our second panelist team. We have Israel Hosey of London, Robert Passetti of Pennsylvania, Sean Kelly of Mount Shasta, and Jen Ing of Toronto. And here is your chart. I'm going to expand this. And I lack time. So this is, says whole, I don't know if it's a whole sign or not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It looks it. It is.
Okay, so it's whole sign. So there you go.
Well, just to get us started, I am the moon in Pisces in the 11th house conjunct the North Node. I am the creative dreamer, and I want to bring that to my community. That is how I get my nourishment right out the gate, and that is my destiny.
I am Jupiter in Cancer, conjunct the Sun in Cancer, trining that moon over there, and I am a beacon of sensitivity, nurturing. I know what I have to give up to get there, and I'm good sacrificing things to create something incredible. It also, I sit Jupiter is at the point of Thales, sextile, trine the nodes. I can bring everything together. I know how to evolve the past and create a new future.
I am Venus in Virgo in the 5th house. I love my creativity. I love my creative expression. I love to bring beauty into my creativeness. I'm in my house of joy. So I am known for having a good time, having fun. And since I am the chart ruler, the 5th house is the area where I display the things that I love doing. I love to entertain. I love to bring beauty. Because I'm in Virgo, I can be somewhat a bit, picky, critical, fussy. But this is what I love to do, and it's one of the things that I do best. And I always try to move in the direction where I can make people happy, socialize, bring entertainment, be a part of fun, games, hobbies, and even sometimes sexual affairs.
I am Saturn in Scorpio in the 7th, and I have a lot of staying power. I really go deep, and I have a separating trine to Mercury in Cancer, in the 3rd. So my communication, I have a lot of water, and I tend to operate on the intuitive level.
I am Mars in Leo in the 4th house. I am here, like I am going to be present in every. I'm like a mainstay of being the director, being on the stage. My energy's driven. Like I'm so into nurturing where everything is going, and I'm going to direct it. And I might even be a little obnoxious about it.
I am Chiron in Libra. I may have a little bit of an issue with work-life balance. You know, I'm somebody who wants to express beauty in the world, and that may be both a thing that I achieve, but something that works at my great detriment that I need to heal through. Maybe I do need to spend more time at home. Maybe I do need to spend less time working and making things happen.
I am Saturn in Scorpio in the 7th house, the house of relationships. I fear intimacy. I have difficulties trusting since I am in the sign of Scorpio. So I do like to keep my distance when I am involved in close relationships. I like to take my time. I'm very practical and pragmatic when it comes to relationships. Earning or getting my trust takes me a long time. But when I do trust and when I do feel I'm in a secure relationship with somebody, I'm willing to stick with it, and I stand the test of time.
I am Mercury in Cancer with Jupiter conjunct the Sun, and I need to shine big, and I like to be involved in communication or teaching and nurturing. So I can be very busy and active.
I gotta slide this in real quick. That Uranus in the 7th house creating that nice kite is pretty amazing. Like, I love this chart. I do. It's like the sextile to the south node over to the Jupiter Sun conjunction up to the north node Moon conjunction. It's just this is a really cool.
It is a power. It is a power, and I didn't do that, but I think Nate's trying to tell us we got to move on.
I really want to know who it is or what it is. Or when it is.
It's an inventor, man. It's invention that's evolving.
That moon is the handle. I'm a bucket, and the moon is the
mystery chart is now revealed, and hopefully it won't get wiped out. Let's see.
Okay.
Mr. Fuller, of course.
Yeah, there you go. That makes a lot of sense.
I apologize. I didn't have. We were learning. We'll get the cues and all that in. But he was a futurist. I should have said that.
Amazing human being.
He's noted for one major thing. He was the inventor of the geodesic dome.
Yeah,
that was his biggest invention.
That car that would turn.
Oh, wow.
The Dynamaxion, and he also was responsible for the Buckminster Fullerene. He had 28 different patents, and he wrote over 30 books.
Yes, amazing human.
One thing that was really interesting was, and some of you touched on this, was that when he, at the age of 32, they had no money, and his daughter was born, and he didn't know how he was going to support his family and contemplated suicide. He was depressed and would walk around Chicago thinking about drowning himself in Lake Michigan. He then heard a voice that said to him, "You do not belong to you, you belong to the universe." And it was such a transformational incident that it then really brought his life purpose into focus.
Well, with that water trine, which is incredible, and then Mars is square Uranus. Again, we were talking about firecrackers, right? We got the mojo and the sudden things happening and all that water, everything emotional. What a great choice. Well, thank you, team members, everybody, and happy birthday, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we have our own fireworks happening. It's great faces. So folks, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we're working at it one time, and I'm working at it from my end. And have a great, wonderful summer. We'll come back in, I think it's September. And bon voyage.
Thank you for joining an insightful conversation on Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Rose Minahan and her panel of guests awaken consciousness by connecting soul growth patterns with astrology's energetic cycles. Be sure to tune in next Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, to continue your journey through the roots of the cosmic pathway.